Hello there in YouTube land.
Welcome back.
We decided that we would do a little bit of a get ready with me and chat about things that we're going to do for the channel in the month of March and other stuff.
Yeah. A little bit inspired with Irish and Scottish
folklore with vampires and fairies and things. You know, we like the dark stuff, so we were like, well, let's talk about dark fae. Let's talk about vampires. Let's talk about all things spooky. Because we always need an excuse to talk about spooky stuff, basically. Yes. Oh my goodness.
So it was a shocker to us that truly there isn't a lot of vampiric lore.
No!
From Ireland, or at least, you know, like movies and lore from Ireland and Scotland that kind of overlaps with dark fae.
So, basically, we're going to talk about the few vampire movies that we know for sure are from that period of the world and deal with a little bit of the folklore in and around that area. And then we're going to do a video on specifically the folklore itself.
Yeah.
Relying mostly on the amazing folklorist Bob Curran. If you've not read Bob Curran, we highly recommend him. He's amazing.
Yeah, get his books.
And then we're going to talk about other random things, either like directly connected or loosely connected. Loosely because we're going to talk about some nightmares that Tabby and I have had in our lives, which is probably going to be entertaining for most people.
The things that scare us.
Yeah.
Or at least did when we were kids.
So you're actually going to get to hear about the things that actually have scared Tabby and I in our lives.
Not recently, though.
No.
Some of them are quite hilarious to come back to. You'll know when we get there.
Oh, there won't be a doubt. Now, if these things do scare you, we might be a little bit worried about your mental state.
Yeah, yeah. Considering one thing that I'll get into for myself was a running joke even through, my PhD program.
Yeah. And the one of mine is just absolutely, completely ridiculous.
Which, I mean, you know, childhood fears.
Yeah.
I guess is where we were at the time.
But it's absolutely hilarious, the things that strike you as scary at times in your life, and I think everybody has some of those. As an adult, there's very little that scares me. Usually it's tangible things like, you know, not wanting to have health problems and things like that.
Yeah, I was joking, you know, not long ago that taking a fall actually worries me nowadays.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause we were talking about skiing.
Uh-huh.
I was like, yeah, my sorry ass would fall down the mountain and then I would be broken. Because I'm not 16 and I don't bounce anymore.
No, bumbles don't bounce.
No, they do not. Somewhere in adulthood you become a bumble.
Not exactly sure when that happens, but it does happen with everyone.
And it sucks.
It does.
You reach the bumble phase.
And then it's downhill from there.
I think I realized that, you know, God, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I took a spill outside and I hurt for weeks after that. Like, this is ridiculous.
It is definitely, falling down when you're an adult is definitely not falling down when you're a little kid. When you're a little kid, you get a scraped knee or something, but the very next day you're up running around, hopping too.
As an adult, you're lucky to shuffle through the house.
It's the, oh shit, what did I do?
It's the, I didn't know that could hurt.
Did I actually have muscle there?
Do I have muscle? Do I have bone? Do I have a problem?
Am I still alive?
Oh. Aging is not for the weak.
No, definitely not.
I used to laugh when people said that, and now I don't.
Well, because, you know, I think some of that comes with how, as we age, we do get wisdom.
Yeah.
And the stuff that we laugh at when we were younger, we realize, oh, we shouldn't have laughed at that.
Yeah.
Oops.
Oh, whoops.
That was a bad idea.
Or the, oh, that'll never happen.
Yeah.
That's, yeah. if you're young and you're watching this, pay attention.
Yeah. Because it does eventually happen, no matter what you do. As much as they try and tell you there is no fountain of youth, eating a specific diet is not going to prevent you from aging. You might look like you're not very old, but your body will still display it.
Warnings.
Oh, yes. I look like Chester from the old Gunsmoke TV show. I'm coming, Mr. Dillon.
So, everybody knows I have dogs. It's often joked upon in my household that I look like Ozzy coming through yelling for Sharon about the dogs. Not that my dogs are bad or anything, and not that they, do anything. It's just usually they wake up before I do.
Isn't it Artemis that has this thing about waking up before dawn?
She does. So my youngest female deerhound wakes up, and she makes her presence known. Before the rooster down the road does.
Oh, my. An ornery girl.
She is. She's young. It's to the point now that my eldest deerhound will actually roll over and groan and give her the stink eye in the mornings.
That's cool. That's hilarious.
Finn has no time for getting woken up before dawn.
I agree with Finn. 100%. There's no reason to get up before dawn unless there's an emergency or you unfortunately work a job where you have to get up that early. Other than that, there's no reason to get up before dawn.
I swear his thought process is, it's too cold, the rabbits won't be out for me to bark at until daylight anyway.
He has a point.
He does.
I mean, that's a valid point. How's Darwin doing?
Oh, he's shedding.
Oh no.
Because we're going into the spring.
I just threw my eyeliner.
So he has decided it's a good idea to lay on my feet all night and de-shed himself.
Oh, that's special. He has to de-shed on your feet, huh?
Yep. So every morning I have the equivalency of a new cat at the foot of my bed.
Oh my god.
That I have to use the lint roller on.
Good grief. He is always up to something.
Now mind you, it's not my husband's side of the bed.
No, of course
It's
not.
mine.
Yeah. Well, he's giving you a present, I guess.
Yeah, the present of his fur. Now what I'm supposed to do with that, I have no idea.
Maybe he wants you to make a blanket. I don't know.
That would take a lot of years of him shedding.
Or maybe expect you to save it up.
Oh.
Or maybe he thinks your feet are cold.
Possibly. I do sleep with the window open. Something about, like, the fresh air.
I understand.
Even in the, single-digit weather, I had the window slightly cracked. It's also a cure-all for hot flashes in the middle of the night.
That's a plus. My unfortunate part is that my dumb allergies to multiple types of pollens are so bad that if I leave a window open, the only thing I do is cough and sneeze.
Come spring, I'll probably have to close it.
Yeah.
Usually when forsythia blooms.
Oh.
I have problems.
I know forsythia is beautiful. I know it's a beautiful plant. But that stuff kills me. It is one of the most allergy-creating plants I think ever known.
It's why I always laugh at the movie Contagion. Because the hoax cure for the virus was forsythia extract. I went, well, I would have died anyway.
Yeah.
And this is even after, Dani and I both have an allergy to this, and this is after taking
tons of allergy medicine.
Allergy
both
medicine.
Prescription and over-the-counter. Our allergy to forsythia is so bad that even after taking all this medication, our noses still run like a sieve.
And I've even taken, like, the trick with wildflower honey from the area. Helps with a lot of things.
Not
that one.
I don't know if it's just how potent the pollen is for forsythia, or if our allergies to it are just that bad. I'm not sure.
And I actually really like the plant. It's beautiful.
It is a beautiful plant.
I mean, it's there for the pollinators and everything in the, the early springtime. It's a gorgeous plant. It just hates me.
Yeah. Or rather, our noses hate it. We don't, in and of ourselves, hate it, but our noses hate it.
There's that whole immune response, and it gets in the way every time.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
I mean, it is getting that time. I'm super excited for spring, but I'm also not super excited to be sneezing all the time.
Exactly, because it's murder. What crazy color do I want to use?
I love that palette.
Yeah, it's pretty.
The only reason I'm not talking right now is I'm trying not to poke my eyeball out with with a makeup brush.
And I'm just trying to figure out what color do I want to use. Do I want to be green? Do I want to be purple?
Green.
Okay. So people are wondering why my hair looks the way it does. There's been a bit of a hair fiasco.
Yeah.
I decided that I didn't want to have black hair anymore. Because I'm one of those very indecisive people that have to change their hair color. And I'd actually had my hair black for several years. Well, so I do the smart thing, at least I think, and go to a salon instead of doing it myself.
Yeah, there was a bit of a debacle there.
One that consisted of a hairdresser who put on the bleach to take the black out of my hair in the opposite time that you're supposed to do it. Because you're supposed to do the ends first, and then the areas that have less color on them next, and then what's at your roots at the last, because your roots are going to lighten more. And that's if you're going all the way blonde. I wasn't going all the way blonde. I was supposed to be doing plum. Okay? Yeah. This lady patchily smeared the bottom parts of my hair with bleach. And I say that because on this side, she tried to be really careful. And on this side, she took giant chunks and didn't get all the hair covered with the bleach. Then she put the same grade of bleach on my roots, which made my roots literally white, and everything else from down yellow, and then still bits of brown on the ends. And then she tried to cover it with some sort of red concoction that in this light looks very red, but I promise you in natural lighting I look ginger.
Yeah. Yeah, that...
So I don't know what on earth her thought process was on this.
Do you by chance have a wipe?
I don't. I forgot to bring those in here. I forgot to bring them in the filming room.
That's okay, we'll make do.
Yeah. I had meant to, but then I forgot.
That's what they created concealer and foundation for.
Yes.
For when you have that epic oops.
So basically, my hair's going to look like this for a few weeks until I can go to the hairdresser and get the right color put on it, but I'm giving it a break in between so that it can try to recover some from the bleaching process, because she put so much bleach on my hair and let it sit too long that my hair was like straw. I'm having to use a hair mask like every single day. And for those who wonder, yes, I have to wash my hair every day. I have scalp conditions that make it to where I don't have a choice.
I have only ever been able to get away with every other day because my hair gets so oily.
I used to be able to do every other day, but it seems like ever since, and this is prior to my surgery and everything, ever since like my womanly stuff started to get older, like it suddenly turned on the grease bucket, is what I'm going to call it.
Yeah.
And there's just nothing to stop it. I've tried changing shampoos, I've tried just about everything you can think of, and, you know, I've talked to dermatologists. I just simply have the type of scalp that is horribly oily, and there's nothing to be done for it. I can't do dry shampoo. The only thing that does is irritate my scalp, and I get rashes and all types of stuff. So,
You know, I've never been able to use a dry shampoo because it just irritates me.
yeah.
I know some people that can, and, you know, it's a great product, but...
It's one of those things where you gotta do what works for you.
Yeah.
Period. And unfortunately, not everything works the same for everyone. It'd be nice if that was the case, but unfortunately not.
So what's everybody's favorite Irish lore or myth or vampire story, fae story, what have you?
Yeah, because that's a good thing to learn, because if we can find out what your favorite is, then we can concentrate a bit more intently on content for the rest of the month.
Yeah. Because we do actually listen to what you guys have to say and what your interests are, so...
We try to adjust accordingly, because, well, we're doing this because we want to provide, like, some fun, entertaining distraction from what all, you know, might be going on in your life.
Green's looking pretty awesome.
I like that kind of plummy, smoky thing you've going on. I'm dropping
just
everything
in the dark
today.
with the makeup today. I grabbed a couple of palettes and was like, this will work.
I'm suffering from dropsy today. Everything I grab, I'm dropping. I don't know why. The other thing we did recently is that for our little, like, clothing stuff that we have linked in the comment, or not in the comments, but in the description, Burnt House, we changed who is going to be supplying the products again. Because Bonfire stopped carrying all the sizes in all the colors that we wanted.
And it's an important fact for us that we really want to provide all the sizes, you know, as high as you can go.
Yeah, because there's too many brands that eliminate sizes for people that happen to be, you know, a larger body type or a very slender body type. And we want to have the availability that if somebody likes something that we've designed, that somebody can buy it, you know.
Yes.
And clothing brands should be working toward being more inclusive anyway.
And it kind of comes from a little bit of experience too, because we've seen some really, really cute things. But I think, like, you know, their XXL was a size 12.
And in the United States, a 12 is a medium.
Yeah.
So that's a major problem. That drastically limits the number of people who can wear your item, as well as, you know, it kind of turns people off because, I'm sorry, if the largest you go is a size 12, that's very, very discriminatory.
So we're trying to, you know, find a place that is a bit more inclusive to create the product.
As well as have international shipping and manufacturing so that it doesn't cost people an arm and a leg to, like, buy, if they say, you know, would live in France and want to buy something, it's not going to cost them all these customs charges and stuff because they're ordering from the US.
Yes.
Because all that has gotten so expensive.
And we get it, you know, there's COVID and everything else going on right now. But it's still, we would like to be able to market to all of our viewers.
And not just a very, very small collection, because YouTube is totally international.
Yeah.
It's in every single country, I think. Which is very cool.
I think a lot of companies and, you know, even, you know, small startups, everybody is having problems with it.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in Burnt House, then definitely follow up on our link. It's below.
We have, like, you know, shirts that are, like, kind of vampiric. We have stuff that's, you know, kind
Witchy.
of pagan, witchy. We have all types of stuff. Anything that's kind of gothy, we pretty much have.
Occasionally we, you know, pop up some specialized leggings and stuff like that at times.
Yeah. I don't think our new supplier does leggings, though. They do some phone cases. They have, like, little tote bags and whatnot. But we are going to be expanding out into also making some custom clothing, which we will put up on an Etsy place. So we'll have, like, basically a print-on-demand place for t-shirts, and then we'll have, like, actually handmade clothing on the Etsy. That's our eventual plan.
Clothing, jewelry, things like that. I always come up with, you know, what type of lipstick do I put on today?
Oh, yeah. And I don't know about you, but I never do the same thing all the time.
Oh, I don't either. Well, let me rephrase that. When I was going to work, I have, you know, I have a very different makeup appearance.
Well, that makes sense. You have it's required to look a certain
But now
way.
that, you know, we're kind of teleworking and everything like that.
Yeah, you can be a bit more free. It's like, tomorrow I'm supposed to have a Zoom meeting, and luckily the publisher that I work for is very understanding with my clothing choices and whatnot, so I don't have to worry about it. It's not like, you know, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, what happened to your face if I, you know, put a little bit of alternative makeup. But I'm certainly not going to like, go, like, you know, complete, like, corpse paint or something.
That's always the challenge when you have alternative makeup, when you do goth looks. You kind of have to accept a little bit of the times. And your audience.
Yep.
A little.
Yeah. Because no matter what, we will still kind of sneak our own look in a little bit.
I went into work one day.
Uh-huh.
And I had this really pretty, like, dark red lipstick on.
Oh.
And people honestly just looked at me and they're like, this is a very new look for you. I'm like, actually, it's a very old look for me. You just don't see it.
Yeah.
Every now and again, I shake them up.
Well, you got to, because if you don't, the, you know, life gets very boring. Okay, now I gotta figure out what color lipstick I'm going to use. Oh my goodness. The hunt.
So the main challenge I think I had when I switched back to red hair, because I'm a natural redhead, and switched out of, you know, having black, was trying to figure out the new color palette for my face. Because it's been a while. I went back and actually looked at, shockingly enough, Queen of the Damned. I looked at the makeup, you know, that they put on the actresses there, and just went with it, you know, in my own interpretation. So how does your makeup change? You know, if you change your hair color, let us...
Yeah, because do you do anything different? Do you make different color choices? Do you stay the same?
Yeah.
That'd be a fun conversation to have.
That would be a fun conversation to have.
So, we hope you enjoyed this Get Ready with Us. And until next time,
Bye.
bye.